Hello there, from Jon Ford, editor for the Europe and Mediterranean region for NVentures, calling to you people curious about recent oil and gas exploration activity in this region. So for the next few minutes I will give an overview of some of the activity that has taken place across this region since the start of the year or so. Let's start then in the Western Black Sea, which has seen significant drilling and deal activity to date in 2026, in particular deep water activities offshore Turkey and Bulgaria. Now, the total estimated discovered volume of biogenic gas, reservoired and distilled turbidites of the Danube Delta lying in Turkish waters, now stands in excess of 25 TCF. The Sakarya field, discovered in 2020, produces more than 200 million scuffs per day in phase 1 of its development. The Kaikuma, Amasra and Göktepe discoveries are being appraised, and operator TPAO is exploring a long trend with the currently drilling Kandira-2 well. These discoveries lie within tens of kilometres of the maritime border with Bulgaria. OMV have now P&A'd the first two deep-water Bulgarian wells, Vinek-1 and Krum-1, each costing some $80 million, following farm-out of the Khan Asparuh block to NewMed and the Bulgarian State Company. But both wells are dry, with minor gas shows in the candidate Myo-Pliocene sandstone reservoirs, suggesting perhaps trap failure. Exploration, though, does continue along the play in Bulgarian waters, south of these disappointing exploration wells, in Shell's Khan Tavel block, where both OMV and TPAO have farmed in to the 3D stage of exploration. Let's move a bit further west in the region. In the eastern Mediterranean, currently there are no wells drilling. However, there is activity in terms of licence awards, planned drilling and steps towards gas development. Offshore Cyprus, ExxonMobil have announced plans to appraise the Pegasus isolated carbonate build-up gas discovery during 2026. Schemes to exploit Pegasus along with the analogous discovery Glaucus have been declared potentially commercial, with reserves in the range 6 to 9 TCF. Nearby, Eni's Zeus may also be appraised, seeking commerciality for the Zeus Kronos Calypso trend. Further west again, offshore Greece, Chevron have entered the region by licensing 4 blocks south of the Peloponnese and Crete, presumably exploring for similar carbonate build-ups, in partnership with Hellenic Energy. These blocks are to see the acquisition of 2D and 3D seismic. Further west again, offshore Greece still, in the Ionian Sea, Energean, partnered by ExxonMobil and Hellenic, plan to drill the Asopos 9.5 TCF size prospect in early 2027 in Block 2A. The target is a carbonate more than 4,000 metres below seabed in water depths in excess of 1,000 metres. This will be the first exploration drilling offshore Greece since 1981, with an estimated cost of $70 million. Finally, moving to colder waters, offshore Northwest Europe drilling activities concentrated, as usual, offshore Norway. In the northern North Sea, there have been 7 wells, of which 4 are discoveries with 3 dry holes. Notable is the 34419 well on the Omega Sor Alpha prospect, which has discovered resources in the range 25 to 90 million barrels in a Brent reservoir downfaulted from the giant Snore field, which itself was discovered in 1979. Meanwhile, off northern Norway, 3 wells have been drilled, of which 2 have been modest discoveries, with 1 dry hole and 1 currently drilling. There has been also some Norwegian deal activity. DNO and Equinor have agreed to an asset swap, whilst OKEA have sold their stake in the Mistral gas condensate discovery to JAPEX. There's been no exploration drilling activity offshore UK or the Netherlands in 2026. However, deal flow activity has been significant. In the Netherlands, Mazarine are purchasing 50% of Wintershall Noordzee's gas-producing assets, and then off the UK, significant churn continues, with Total merging their UK upstream with Neo Next, Serica purchasing Spirit, and Harbour are purchasing Waldorf. Of note too, though, are a couple of cancelled deals, both involving Viaro, and in both cases due to a lack of statutory approval from the UK authorities. Firstly, their purchase of SNS gas assets from Shell Exxon has been cancelled, and secondly, the takeover of Deltic Energy. Deltic are therefore back on the market with 3 potential suitors in the wings. The NVentures Europe and Mediterranean service is where you can keep track of activity and gain fresh insights via detailed subsurface analysis into what will be shaping the industry in this region. NVentures also manages the Earth Moves GIS datasets, and all of our products are delivered online with simple, easy-to-use GIS tools. For more information, don't hesitate to get in touch either with myself, Jon Ford, or through Peter Elliott or Ian Blakely, whose contact details are provided here. Thanks for listening.